Let's go. Portugal. What are we going to do in Portugal, do you hear me? The country. I will be there Sunday morning.
I think once I get into Portugal, I can
Portugal.
fuck I want.
Portugal's about to be insane. I can't even believe we're going to Portugal.
In breaking news, Portuguese surgeons have been able to reconstruct a U.S. man's face after it was violently caved in by a midget in a purse-related altercation.
Last year I trashed my car. You know what? I didn't have a scratch on me, but 2 days abroad, and I end up like a living crash dummy. Naturally, bought me an underage broad. Locals laughing at me, scoffing down Burger King internationally. The gun straight up started spitting raps on these bitches. And in fact, they can't speak English. Ha! Free pass for some privilege. What's up, my knickers? The comeback was relentless. Damn, it ain't just the victors, the vicious. And all my criminal benches and misadventures came within inches of having my fucking head collapse into hedges. Knocked my stupid ass out. My sketchers caught the beating that I've been needing ever since I lashed out at Vickers. 3 long days stuck in some hospital stretcher in like the smallest fucking bed that they could possibly measure. Doc, my peripheral vision's fucked up. Doc, I burst my stitches. Doc, please refresh the page so I can find out what my purse fetches. What's with the laughter? Doc, some type of paranoid vision? Am I just hearing that in my fucking head? What the fuck is this? All you had to do is fuck this faggot sister. Just look beyond my eyes. Doc, you got my ass mixed up with tipster. 4 on 1, 2, 3, and to the foe. That's the sound of searching. Oh, picking up teeth from the foe.
You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want. Time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff. You fat bitch, lay down.
Scientists are hopeful that the man will regain his eyesight, although they stress they may not be able to save his pig snout.
God damn it!
Listen, you ain't welcome in Azores or Lisbon, not just Portugal, I mean anywhere this bitch wanders. Safer for you, buddy, if you stick to the Richmond projects. Obviously after the done fixing your vision sockets. Dummy, did you think you were able to take my pride from me? Mention my family, why? To get a rise from me? When you wave your people goodbye, leave your ego behind. Or next time, there'll be 2 crosses right where your eyes should be. You want the fame and glory, you want to sell your story by how you traveled for me to my own territory, by how you got destroyed by a shorty. Nah, surely you can't say that so suddenly. It's 1 against 40. You wanna fuck my sister when you're covered in blisters? How the fuck did she see you? You're stuck in ICU. Maybe she'll visit and bring you a book that she could read you, or bring the Burger King, cut it up and just force feed you. Yo, take this Burger King, bitch. Rest in peace. These dudes did a number on you, and I don't mean no number 2, but I bet you did when you felt the ground moving from under you. What are you, stupid? You walk around like you represent the U.S. 1 punch on a Memphis nuisance. Well, make a mess in his new pants. Oh, damn it, it hurts. Somebody get this fag in a skirt. That's what a bitch would lose in a fight. Never an eye, always a purse. So shut your mouth with all that hollering, cussing and curse. Cause if they burst in and stole your life, they still get away with nothing of worth. Could have been way worse, could have gone to the Azores, yo. But I'm guessing there was way more underage whores where the main tourists go. Man, even gay doors, bearing on you. Shout out to the A-Laws. Guess all the makers drink the pills finally paid off. You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want, time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff, you fat bitch, lay down. You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want, time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff, you fat bitch, stay down.
RockersWorld.com.
Ali.
And so I ask you, American people, to vote my ass president. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Carson. Mr. Trump, your turn to make a final statement.
I
I was born in my own hospital. A great hospital, the best you could imagine. Delivered by the doctor that I bought. And he thanked me. He said, Donald, thank you. This is terrific. I bought at least a couple wives. 3 highest paid women in America. But the third one doesn't speak English just right. And she's great. I see her on holidays. Terrific. Now this country needs a good, strong leader. I'm real busy, but I may just have the time if I let you elect the Trumpster. You're welcome. I'm a great leader and I can't read. We're being raped by the Chinese. I'll make these China dogs my bitches. I'm the filthy richest. Need a hero that'll come help. I'll sell America to myself. I'll build use highways and some bridges. I'm the filthy richest. I want to make this country great. Right now we're not great, but the Mexicans keep coming here to rape. And by the way, at least rape in English. I'll build a wall no one could climb. No one will climb this wall. And the Speaks could rape on their own fucking side. Mexico is the new China. Now I'm seeing people talk about Trumpster, saying things that quite frankly aren't nice. When I'm in charge of our nuclear program, you're all bound and fired. I'm a great leader and I can't read. We're being raped by the Chinese. I'll make these China dogs my bitches. I'm the filthy richest. Need a hero that'll come help. I'll sell America to myself. I'll build use highways and some bridges. I'm the filthy richest. We're losing. It's a catastrophe. I'll negotiate a better deal. I'll do a good job. We need a leader prez that'll get us out of our debt, help the people get lower wig prices. We need a leader prez that'll get us rid of ISIS, rip them all to shreds, fucking towel heads. We need a leader prez that'll get us driving hybrids, give us all some bread with the side of Pez, and tell the Mexicans and all the illegal migrants you gotta get a license. I'm a great leader and I can't read. We're being raped by the Chinese. I'll make these China dogs my bitches. I'm the filthy richest. Need a hero that'll come help. I'll sell America to myself. I'll build use highways and some bridges. I'm the filthy richest. And I just can't help all use bitches. I'm the filthy richest. It's gonna be terrific, 'cause I'm the filthy richest.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment. And I apologize because I completely forgot about this one topic. Ethan Ralph has been arrested. Let me actually get that pulled up. So yeah, okay. The Amber Heard trial, we talk about it like here and there, but she took the stand today, and it seems to me that what they're gonna do is drag out her testimony up until I think Thursday, tomorrow. Yeah. So basically, they'll drag it out all through Thursday. There's no court date Friday, and then they have a week-long break. So he gives it a week to set in the jury's head. I don't know if that's really gonna work. Plus, I mean, I gotta talk about this whole thing with this psychiatrist that testified on her behalf. I mean, bias is just fucking insane with this one. But she brazenly fucking lied on the stand, and it seems like it should have opened the door for something, but nothing occurred of it, and it's just like, nah, man, that's absolutely not, absolutely. James Franco's name got brought into everything too, which is just fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, okay, there's a lot to talk. There's a lot to talk about. All right, let me pull up the Ethan Ralph stuff because he's been arrested, and man, could be bad. Could actually be pretty bad. Okay, I think this is the video of it happening. Get this, guys. There we go. All right, so let's see. I think this is it. At the Supreme Court abortion rally, Ethan Ralph got detained by Capitol Police. The thing is, you know, if God damn it, you know, that dude more than likely has some shit on him. We'll see, but let's I think he's in deep fucking trouble.
Okay. Come with me.
What are they saying?
Yes, you are being detained.
For what?
We're going to detain you. We'll have a discussion and we'll talk about you. Okay.
Oh no! Okay. So I wonder if anyone let's see. That's only got like 8 likes and 2 replies. I was like, has anyone posted like what exactly happened? It makes sense to me that he would get arrested because he's a fucking idiot, but at the same time, I wonder what he was arrested for. Oh, never mind. It's the fucking video. Of course it is. Let me just play the whole thing.
Okay. Let's turn this off for me, please.
Let's go! Everything I did's on camera, by the way. Right that way, follow off, right there. Sure. They're not the only one in this block who really responsibility. What do you want?
Yeah, realistically, let's be honest. Ethan Ralph is like the least threatening person in that area. I mean, I guess he could incite somebody else into doing something, but I mean, just imagine, because there's got to be like at least 3, maybe 4 officers around him right now, and they're all surrounding this like literally a dude who's like 5 feet tall and is, you know, is actually blob shaped. You know, it's funny when you think about like Homer Simpson, right? Like Homer Simpson's body type is no, it's not how a human body should be, right? Your back shouldn't be that fucking fat. It shouldn't like hang out like that. You know, your gut and everything, you know, you should work on it, but like that should be the part that hangs out, not your back and your sides and shit. But then you look at Ethan Ralph, and it's like his entire body is just like this blubbery blob, right? Anyways, so then they have to like waddle this motherfucker up the steps and all, and I'm like, he's the least threatening thing there. He really is when you actually think about it. But fucking Christ, man.
Follow that off right there. Sure. Everything I did's on camera. I don't have anything on me, so. Okay. I don't know what y'all are told, so.
Turn the live stream off, please, sir.
Is it against the law to have this on?
We're doing it. You're going to be detained.
Well, I haven't broken any laws, that's what I'm saying.
We don't know that yet.
Well, what were they told? What were y'all told? Is there anything on you, sir, that we need to be worried about? No. There's nothing on you at all? No. You're telling me the truth? Yes. Okay.
God, this is like a fuck ton of meth in his pockets. Okay, let's be real. He's probably smart enough, I would hope, not to have it like in his pockets and shit. But I wonder if they like search his vehicle and shit like that, right? I mean, I can't imagine he actually did anything. Just because it's like broad daylight and physical activity for him is actually pretty much he's got like one swing in him, about it. But yeah, either way, I mean, the Capitol Police have not been fucking around, and they've been like doing kind of heinous shit. So best of luck to Ethan Ralph. I wonder if God damn, when was this video posted? 3rd, so it was like yesterday he got arrested. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was yesterday. So I wonder if he's gonna get out.
Take this. You're taking that? I didn't turn that off. The cops turned that off, by the way. What do you want to bring?
There you go. There you go. Ethan Ralph officially arrested. So I guess he went outside to where the Supreme Court is. Oh, and Ethan Ralph won, by the way. That the haters lost again. Okay, so I guess he got out. Oh my god, I cannot. Well, in terms of a publicity stunt, I mean, I guess it does work out. He's already out. If he was detained unfairly, it makes him look like he was victimized by Capitol Police. And like I said, they've been kind of heinous. But yeah, no, that's it's still funny. It really is. But it doesn't seem like he actually did anything, and I don't think anyone actually said he had done anything either. It's funny. Okay, well, I mean, it's an interesting story. I think that they're really cautious around the Supreme Court right now because of what's going on with the whole Roe v. Wade thing. Anyways, as far as that whole thing, how about me upsetting people, I did want to talk about that. Someone left me a comment on the stream from Monday, and it was like, Crow, I like your opinions, but they gave me this story about how they're like 6 weeks pregnant, and because of health reasons they have to get an abortion and things like that, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, that's totally fine. Look, I mean, I've already said like what my stance is on this stuff is. It's just, I guess just to clarify for everybody, I like the idea of certain restrictions, and I wish that would be the law of the land. I wish everyone could just agree to that. I really like the way that they have it in Europe, and if that's the way it's over here, I think that it's fine. Not everyone would be happy, but I think that compromise is important. But instead, it's like it's going into this direction where it's like no restrictions whatsoever, and I'm going, oh, okay, all right. You know what? The law itself was written in terms of the actual decision. They put it under a right to privacy. A lot of people have criticized that. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's like an advocate for abortion, right? Like she was a big proponent of it, for different reasons. But she was also against Roe v. Wade. Like she thought that the decision in Roe v. Wade was done incorrectly, and she wanted them to have another pass at it. So like knowing that there is an actual I mean, think about how crazy this is, right? It's like this big thing for our country, right? And you have people on one side treating it like it's this human right based on this court ruling. You have another side who considers it like the murder of babies and shit like that based on this court ruling. And people on both sides of the aisle are sitting there looking at the court ruling and going like, what was done here like was proper, like, and the whole thing about it being a human right is like it's considered a human right under the right to privacy, and I'm like, look, man, it sucks. It does, because there's gonna be situations that that you know, you can probably point out where it's like, oh, but look at what's happening here, and that's unfair. And I go like, look, man, at this point, if we can't have it to the way they do it in Europe and make that like the nationwide standard, then I say that every state just does it the way that they want to do it for the people that live in that state. You know what, I'm not going to force my way onto other people, and they're not going to force their way onto me. And I think that that's the best way of doing it. And you know, let's be real. Someone wants to point out like this example of like a kid or something, like legitimately fuck off. Like literally anything for like rape and incest. I mean, generally that's you gotta find like an actual example of something where they refuse to allow for that. Because the last time they tried pulling it, they said Texas did, or Texas didn't allow for it, and that turned out to not be true. But I'm like, I don't know, man. If we can't all come to an agreement, then everybody just makes their own decisions. Every state makes their own decisions on how they want to operate. And I'm not happy with what they're going to do in fucking California. But, like, they can go fuck themselves. And they're not going to be happy with what we do here in Indiana. But they can, you know, we're better than they are. So, like, they can continually just go fuck themselves again. Anyways, I just wanted to clarify that for people, because I know that I know it's a touchy subject, but I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And I've already said why I feel like, you know, men should be able to give their opinions on these things. But I mean, dude, it's funny, right? What was it? Last month, there was this whole thing about how people can't define what a woman is. And it's like men can be pregnant now, and you know, they're not women anymore, they're birthing people. And now it's turned into the generic language. It's like this is about women's rights, and this is a woman's body, and men shouldn't be making decisions for what women do. I'm like, oh wow. We forgot about this whole like trans non-binary shit really fucking quick, didn't we? It's actually kind of funny. So that's interesting. Yeah, no, like if I'm more than willing to talk to somebody who's like a big proponent of Roe v. Wade, or like is really freaking out about it being overturned, and I'm genuinely curious to hear what they have to say about it. It's just shit. We'll see. GG Evan, thank you for the tip for 420. Women's rights leader Ethan Ralph was detained on Tuesday under suspicion of hollering like a hog after multiple calls were made to Capitol Police. Police searched his trunk and found pills of unknown origin. Ethan Ralph quoted as saying, "Am I being detained?" God damn, Gigi. That was good, man. That was really good. Fucking hell. Well, again, it does sound like Mr. Rage Piggy is out. But look, I think what's going on, like legitimately, what's going on right now with the SCOTUS and everything. I get people are like freaking out about the whole ruling being overturned and all that shit, but also the fact that there was a leak out of the Supreme Court. To my understanding, that's never occurred. Like there has not been any leak that's occurred from the Supreme Court. Like there's never been a draft that's been released to the public in this way. And they're talking about like running all these investigations. This is really interesting. Hold on, because like I need to know what you guys think about this, because there's somebody is like heavily speculating that they think they know who did it, who the leaker is. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. You don't have any proof, and you say it's speculation. And I get he's an attorney and everything. So he's probably like legally okay, I think. But also, like, holy shit, man, if you're wrong, you're gonna come out like a fucking clown. But I thought this whole thing was really interesting. So, and before anyone goes like, well, Crow, if you don't know if that's the lady, why would you put it on screen? How many people are really watching? Come on, like, it's just a chill stream with you guys. This has got like way more reach than I will ever have. But as you can see here, it talks about this Elizabeth Deutsch person or whatever, and it makes sense. Like, people said it has to be one of the law clerks for one of the justices. But this one here, there's reason why it makes sense. And I'm gonna like skip through some of this. If you guys want to read through the entire thread, you can, because like I don't want to jump into talking too much about the abortion thing, but just specifically about the person that leaked it, because I think it's interesting. She's a heavy pro-abortion advocate, and I'm not going to say pro-choice. I mean, like, heavily in support of women having abortions. And regardless of what you think of that, we can say like there would be motivation to release that information to the public, because if there's enough of a pressure campaign, maybe you can get some of the justices to change their vote. That would be kind of the hope, I guess. Although I really but more to, and that's what a lot of this shit is about. The other thing is, she's a law clerk for Breyer. Breyer is the guy that's retiring right now, and he's the one that's stepping aside for the Ketanji Brown lady. Ketanji Brown Jackson, I think. Yeah. Ketanji Brown Jackson. He's stepping aside for her. So, like, if she does this, realistically, I mean, yeah, she's going to get in trouble, but they're more than likely not going to prosecute her for anything. And the Supreme Court justice, he's already retiring, so it's not like he's going to have to deal with any sort of, like, impeachment or them even questioning him, because he's on his way out the door anyways. But I that's just like, you have some motivation to do it. You have some like plausible reason why they might feel like they could get away with doing it. But what's more interesting is she's dating, I guess, a reporter. This dude is a journalist, and he's apparently friends with the person that wrote the article for Politico. This whole thing, Isaac Arnsdorf just got hired by the Washington Post as a national political reporter. Of course, he's on the Trump beat. Yeah, so Elizabeth and Isaac Arnsdorf. So he works for Washington Post now, right? And I guess he shared bylines in the past with this Josh Gerstein person, and they've had some communication over social media as recently as like a year ago. I'm not entirely sure how heavy you want to say they are friends, but they at least know who the other person is. So the husband of this law clerk is friends and has previously worked with the guy that broke the story for Politico and published the leaked draft from the Supreme Court. I mean, again, there's no evidence of it, right? There's no evidence that that's what happened. But, like, I mean, in terms of like circumstantial speculation and everything, I mean, bro, that you gotta admit that's pretty fucking strong. That's like really strong when you think about it. Like holy shit. Anyways, like this is nuts. This is really bad. I know some people like really don't fucking care about this type of shit, but if you live in the United States, the Supreme Court is supposed to stand for something, and for the most part, even though people don't like the decisions, and even though there is some like political tomfoolery that goes on, it's remained neutral in the sense that justices have been put on the court, and they don't tend to vote the way that the president that appointed them thinks that they'll vote. Or at least that's supposed to be how it works. But you know, you have someone who's willing to leak out drafts from the Supreme Court, seemingly, potentially, with the intent of influencing how they're going to rule. At that point, like you don't have you don't really have a Supreme Court anymore. You have a absolute fucking shit show. But I guess that's the point. All right, let's talk about this though. So, social media versus reality. So, Jordan, I guess I don't know if this is specifically the individual that went up on stage and attacked Dave Chapelle, but yeah, I mean, holy fuck. Like, I saw that image and I looked at my arm and I was like, God damn, man. God fucking damn. Like, he got fucked up. He got completely fucked up. Like, and here's the thing, right? You run up on stage, you punch the comedian in the face, and you deserve it. You absolutely fucking deserve it. I don't feel bad for this guy because, like, what did you think you were fucking doing? Right? Like, literally, like, honestly, the fuck did you think that you were doing when you ran up on stage and you decided, hey, I don't like this guy, so I'm gonna punch him in the face? There's a video of this shit happening, and I have to play it. Oh god. I can't play this because it's too much copyright. But the clip of it is pretty nuts because if I can get the entire thing. Okay. Because like Chris Rock jumps in and says some shit, and it's fucking hilarious. Okay, so let's check it out.
Make some noise for hip hop history.
What the fuck? Sorry, for some reason it's just pausing if I want to have it. Let me try again.
Make some noise for hip hop history. Thank God that was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped.
You know, I tell you, that's fucking hilarious that he said that, because if you take a look at that photo, my god, the arm does not bend that way. Holy man, I keep thinking about that. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Oh god, that is just wicked. Yeah, oh, there's his photo. Ah, god, man. See, like, I'm not good with bodily mutilation and I mean, like, this looks painful. This looks completely fucking painful. I mean, he deserves it. He fucking deserves it. I feel no sympathy for him. But, like, when I'm looking at the arm, I can feel it in my arm. It's just, god damn. God damn.
Where did that come from? Thank you, son. It was a trans man.
Was that Will Smith?
Okay, yeah, that is the best part. So, look, the whole thing about Will Smith, I don't want to sit there and go like, oh, Will Smith normalized going on stage and punching comedians that you don't like in the face. But like, you gotta admit, right? When you see Will Smith basically walk up on stage and slap Chris Rock across the face, and nothing happens, right? Does it on camera in front of everybody, nothing happens. There are crazy people out there that are going to see that and they're going to be like, I can do that too. And you know, they can't. This guy like ran up there, tackled Dave Chapelle, and then tried to run off. And I'm like, bro, what's your plan? And when I say like, what's your plan? Obviously, this individual had no plan, right? And I'm not saying I don't even know if you can call this like a heat of the moment kind of thing, because I'm sure the plan was to run up on stage and attack Dave Chapelle. It's just I don't think that there was anything after that part of the plan. DJ Evans said, I blame Jada for that, Crow. She normalized it. Yeah, no, I agree with you. If you're gonna blame anybody, I would say that you'd have to blame her over him if you're thinking about only blaming one person. But they're both responsible. They are. She pushed him into doing it, but like at the end of the day, Will Smith is a grown fucking man, right? He's a grown man. You know, he used to be on Fresh Prince, right? Which was like comedy and shit, right? He's done comedy before, okay? He knows what a fucking joke is. He was laughing at the fucking joke too. But his wife got pissy, and she made the fucking snack boy go up there and defend her fucking non-existent honor. And he did, because snack boys always do. What was... All right. I gotta move on. I'm gonna like dig into this fucking thing. Yeah, okay. So he had a fake gun, but he had a real knife. That is the report. I don't know if that's gonna change, but he had a fake gun with him and a retractable knife. He didn't use either weapon to attack Dave Chapelle. He didn't brandish either weapon at Dave Chapelle, but he did possess both with him. So it could be that his plan may have been to, you know, fatally stab Chapelle, and he chose not to do it. Or the plan was, hey, if I'm gonna get caught, I take out the gun and I try to use that to leave. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. But the fact that he did attack him in front of all these people, and he was carrying around an actual weapon and a fake gun, I mean, like, you're fucked. But like also his arm. Like, oh my god, it's so painful to even think about. That fucking arm. It is, god, fucked up. It's really fucked up. Anyways. God, I keep thinking about it. It's just like, ah, man. Point of view, the goofy attacker are seeing Dave Chappelle and his backstage crew running up to him. God, that's fun. Oh, man. Okay, alright. Pretty good. Attacking Dave Chappelle is a bad idea. It may cost an arm or leg. Yeah, it's good for you. Did Chappelle attack happen because Will Smith has not prosecuted? The Supreme Court leak happened because the Rushgate. Kriana Karen Novak is the name for what that was. Phil just attacked on stage at Hollywood Bowl. No bullshit. Jamie Foxx tackles attacker. Holy fuck, Jamie Foxx? That's hilarious. Oh, no way. Jamie Foxx? Okay, alright, that's actually kind of cool. That is pretty cool when you think about it. Well, okay. I gotta talk about this. So, a couple people said it already, and I do appreciate it. But May the 4th is happening today. Or it is for the next 58 minutes. And I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't really care. Right? I don't really care. And I really used to love Star Wars Day and celebrating it, but like, it's kind of shit. And like, I still like The Mandalorian, don't get me wrong, but like, like the thing about The Mandalorian is I know that came at the expense of a Boba Fett series. And I know that there is a Boba Fett series, but like, watch it. Go watch it. Go have fun watching it. But like, you would have had, instead of like this like really badass Mandalorian character who's gonna like common shit, you'd have like an even more badass bounty hunter who just like gets shit done, which would have been better. Anyways, I know that Mandalorian came at the expense of Boba Fett, so watching that is kind of bittersweet. But the movies that they put out have been shit. The TV shows, other than really, I honestly, the first season, for being honest, the second season, okay. It's fine. It's just not as good as the first season as far as I'm concerned. But it's definitely better than the other shows that they have out. But the fucking Boba Fett show is ridiculous and stupid. The movies that they put out are terrible. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show, how do I say this? Obviously, there's going to be like a ton of fan service. That's why they got Hayden Christensen back, Anakin Skywalker. But also, let's just be clear. Star Wars lore, to my understanding, to what we've seen, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right, is not supposed to fight Darth Vader until he meets him for the first time in so many years, and says that really famous line aboard that one ship up in space. He's not supposed to fight Darth Vader on Tatooine or wherever the fuck it is. So I'm just going like, look, I get it. I get why they're doing this. They're milking a popular character. They're gonna fill it up with fan service. And I'm just like, no, like, Disney's really fucked up the Star Wars franchise just to this ridiculous fucking point. So again, well, I appreciate everybody said May the 4th, and again, maybe May the 4th to you guys too. There's still a lot like with the classic Star Wars that you can really like. I really did like Clone Wars too, and the way that they wrapped that up, I thought that was good. But it's like, honestly, it seems like anytime you put any type of faith in Disney not to completely and seemingly like maliciously destroy this franchise, they take it, and they just seem to. So I don't know, but the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, like I mean, what like Vader should not be encountering him. Like Vader should not be encountering. Like look, new promo image. I mean, like, okay, like, all right. Look, they threw away the extended universe, and it seems like now they're just gonna like retcon shit. And this retcon changes so much. It's just fuck off. Like honestly, I can't. I fucking can't with this shit. Am I the only one? Honestly, chat, you tell me. Am I nuts here? Is it not just a little bit fucking just disgusting what they do? May the 4th of Jack be with you, Crow. Yeah, I wish. Obi-Wan, some gay anime girl voices. Kind of getting tired of Disney overdoing it with Star Wars. Yeah, man. Actually, okay, so let's talk about something I think is interesting. Because again, like tonight's chill stream, and I have the Amber Heard trial stuff pulled up. I got like some tweets from Tug, who's live tweeting from the trial today, and some other things to bring up. And I wanna take some time to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about the Doctor Strange movie. So, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow, and my brother-in-law, he actually got me and my wife tickets because he wants to go see the movie with like a big group of people. And I'm like, okay, you know, that sounds fun. I want to go, right? Like he got his tickets. Like that's entertaining. I'm not super excited. Like there was a time. I remember when these movies used to come out, and I would be like, I'd buy the ticket, and I'd be the first person there. When I mean first person there, I mean like, you know, you're back then, like 2008. I don't remember like reserving seats. I'm pretty sure like when we got the tickets, like you had to actually like go. I might be like hardcore playing shit, because it's been so long. But I mean, like when the tickets were announced, I would buy the ticket. I would like go to Fandango and buy my ticket like right away. Get my seat reserved as soon as I could. That was awesome, right? And lately I'm just kind of like, I'll wait. And the only reason why I'm enjoying going to see these movies recently is just because I go to see them with my wife, right? Yeah, and again, going to see this movie, you know, going with a big group of people, it's fun, right? It is fun. I know that there's going to be some cameo shit that's going to be in there. I know people in the theater are going to be excited. You know, it's good energy, and my wife is going to love it, right? So I go like, okay, that's perfect. That's one. You gotta understand, like for me, if my wife's happy and it's something we can both enjoy together. Yeah, I don't like Disney. I don't like the MCU bullshit that they pull, but I'll put up with it. I'll put up with it if it makes my wife happy. those are my standards. But no, like realistically, I do enjoy going to see movies. I love going to see movies. So I'll give any movie a chance, but I'll be brutally honest about it too. So like we went to go see the Eternals movie, and no joke, like I fell asleep. I dozed off for about 30-ish minutes, and it sucked because like again, because I love movies, I'll be very critical. I'll be honest too. There is a story in that film that would have been incredibly entertaining. It would have been a unique take on an MCU film, and they had it all set up, and they chose to do something else entirely, which is just like, holy fuck, these people. But yeah, now like like the recent stuff that they're doing is just, it's all been like really disappointing. I hope the Doctor Strange movie's good. I hope that there are some like decisions that they make in it that, you know, give me some reason to still kind of like, I at least pay attention to what they're putting out. Because I'll be honest, the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, I saw that and I was just like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna go see it. I don't think I'm gonna go see it. Like the Thor Ragnarok movie, right? It's not at all comic book Thor. Not in any way, shape, or form is Love and Thunder fucking, or sorry, not Love and Thunder, fucking what is it? Ragnarok. That's not in any way comic book accurate Thor. It's a completely different take, but the movie was fun, so I'm okay with it. Let's. I think this is safe to show. I want to be as careful as I can because I don't want to accidentally stumble into the spoiler photos from the film, because we talked about it with Redsky on Monday. God, please don't spoil. Like, we fucked this up already. Yeah, so I don't know, like, I think I really do want to see I really do want to see what they'll do, but at the same time, there are people that are complaining about the movie. Not sure what that is. That's actually pretty. Yeah, I saw somebody post about the movie, and they were like, you know, the cameos are pretty much all in one area of the film. They said that a certain actor is not going to be in the film that people thought were going to be in the film. And there's there's a few things from spoilers that have been leaked out that a lot of people are just like taking as confirmed, that this individual posted about, basically said that it's not true, it's not in the movie, which seems to be a letdown. But the other thing I saw is people are like, oh, it's a horror film. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. Like an MCU horror film. Okay, like if you can do it right, I'm willing to give it a shot. And that's basically how I look at it, right? I you know, I just fuck, man. The I don't know. I don't know. I want to go see it tomorrow. Like I said, I'm seeing it with a group of people, and that always makes movies more fun to me. That's a tiny scratch. Let's see what happens. See what happens. I see people like talking trash about the film. I see critics going like, "Oh, it's Sam Raimi. It's like a Sam Raimi movie." And I'm like, okay, I like the Sam Raimi movies. I like the original Spider-Man films. And yeah, they're very 90s. And you know, if that's what he did, I'm totally fine with that. Spoiler out of context. That's basically. Oh, 2 post-credit scenes. Okay. I don't like. I gotta be careful because I'm going into like an area that I didn't scan through yet, and I don't wanna like accidentally show something that can get in trouble. But I mean, the movie, like, they already had the world premiere. Like I said, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow night. Everybody else, if you're planning to go see it, like, go see it. But I mean, honestly, like, I'm kind of like tapped the fuck out when it comes to. I really am. I am like just so tapped out with their fucking movies. I'm tapped out with their marketing. Yeah, the shit that they did in Florida, they go fuck themselves. I'm tapped out on I'm tapped out on like fucking how do you say it? The shit in China, right? Like for them to like come out and talk about any type of like social movement in the United States, given the horrendous things that company does overseas, that company supports overseas, that company uses its monies to support overseas to further enrich themselves. Like, it's I fucking just can't stand it. And obviously there seems to have been some injection of a certain type of political stance into this recent batch of Marvel films that wasn't there. I mean, pretty much what happened was we're going into Endgame, and it was the Captain Marvel film. Like that was the first sign things were not going to be looking positive after Endgame. And I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of damage right now, and I try to be like, okay, give it a shot, see what they do, and it's just like, god damn, like the Eternals film was like the Eternals film was the Eternals film. It was ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous. The Eternals film was like this whole thing about like oh my god, I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember what the actual message of the film was, other than diversity is our strength. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just like when they marketed the film, that was a big part of the marketing for that film, was how diverse the entire cast was and everything. I'm like, and that's fine, but like, bro, if you're gonna do that shit, right, you need to present a product people actually like. Okay. Imagine going out there and going like, diversity is our strength, and we need to like promote these types of actors or whatever, actresses. I don't fuck. Like, if you're gonna say that and then you shit out a fucking turd of a film like Eternals, all you're telling me is that if we don't do the diversity thing, I'll get like a good film. And that's the wrong message to take away from it. But like, let's be honest. If I just use like really simple logic, that's basically what it amounts to. If I do all the things that they tell me to do, I get shit like the Eternals. If I ignore all of that, I don't get shit like the Eternals. I might get something fun, or I might get something just awful, like was it the first Punisher film? The second Punisher film, was it Punisher Warzone? That was great. Externals is garbage. Yeah, Externals is probably trash too. I don't know what that is though. Oh, Eternals. Okay. Oh, Mama Crow, you didn't see it? Well, it was definitely not good. Thanks. I'll get you up those work. Get your part. Put it across wrong. Leave it. Oh yeah, Emily. Like I appreciated your message. I just want to like clarify my stance on it. Like I didn't even want to like name you or anything, because it's not, like, I got where you were coming from. Like, I really did. But one thing that I notice, and it really frustrates me, and obviously you're not doing this, right? You are like a unique case that I mean, even the most like staunch anti-abortion people completely understand. It's just they frame it as like, okay, we go in with the intent of saving the mother and doing whatever we can to also try to save the child if you can, right? But the mother comes first. And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, that sounds fine, right? I mean, that sounds like what you would try to do anyways. But like, they don't sit there and say, "Oh no, you have to carry that baby if it's going to kill you." Like, no, like nobody is actually advocating for that. So it's like you have people then looking at cases like yours, and they try to say, "Oh, they would force her to carry that baby to term, knowing it would kill her." And I'm like, "Oh my god." I mean, and let's be honest, right? When it comes to the medical cases, that's not really where they, hang their hat on. It's on the sexual assault shit, right? Like they constantly go to, if it was this means that you'll have to carry a baby to term, with that was forced into you, and it's like, look, my problem is, even if everybody made an exception for like rape and incest, they want more than that, right? So to me, it's like you have people that are like hiding behind individuals who have been raped, individuals who have been inappropriately groomed by their families. You have people hiding behind individuals who have serious medical issues, all to justify being able to do something that they see as a benefit for their lifestyle. And I'm not making that up because, again, and I believe it is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, her argument in support of abortion is that essentially because men don't have to get pregnant and are not burdened by said pregnancy, abortion is the only way for there to be equality between the sexes. Now, I think that's ridiculous, but that's the general argument. That's why I said, like, the Roe v. Wade ruling is just like, is kind of nuts, because it's not based around equality, right? Which again, it's not based around equality or the right to happiness or any of that shit, right? Which again, every argument in support of abortion is about equality and, the right to happiness and, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, that type of shit, right? Instead, it's based around privacy. And it's kind of like, okay, that's nuts, because you can't say you can't have an abortion because you have a legal right to privacy on like medical shit. And also, again, not even a year ago, we were mandating vaccines on people, which, whether or not it is a major medical procedure or a very small medical procedure, it is still a medical procedure that the government was mandating on people. So, and I don't know, man, but I imagine if I looked, a lot of these accounts that are freaking out and are like hardcore in support of keeping Roe v. Wade or like having some sort of asinine change made now, I would imagine that they were also in support of requiring all of these different mandates, from masking to vaccine. So what am I supposed to say here? Like, it doesn't seem to be like a strong case from the other side. Morbius, sweet motherfucker. Okay. Morbius was a terrible film. I'm not gonna lie. Morbius was an awful. Let me just put this on. I'm gonna play Pokemon talk. Morbius was a terrible fucking film. And I say that having not actually gone and seen Morbius. I heard so many terrible things about the film, and I wasn't that interested in going to see it in the first place, if I'm being completely honest. But the things I heard about the film were like, it's a complete mess, very rushed. The cameo, and it's kind of like with this film, they're like cameos that people are expecting to see, that aren't in the film, and then, you know, maybe that's fair or not, but it's like you're not gonna have people happy, especially after what happened with the recent Spider-Man movie. They're like, okay, well, I want Tobey Maguire in every movie. I want Tobey Maguire in the Morbius film, and I want to see him in the new Doctor Strange movie. I'm like, bro, I'm like, realistically, that's probably not going to happen. So why are you asking? Goddamn. Don't want child support holding me down from Clutch Spectre. Yeah, I saw something nuts from people, and they were like, oh my goodness, you know, women and shit, and they're held down, and you know, men have no obligations. I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? My obligation, and again, most of the people complaining about this shit are in no danger of ever getting pregnant. But anyways, in so much trouble one day. I just know I am. Anyways, so most of the people complaining about it, again, no danger of actually getting pregnant or anything like that. But it's to me, it goes down to men, if they impregnate a woman, impregnate a woman, then they're at that woman's mercy, regardless of what they want, right? If they want her to get an abortion, they have no say in the matter, right? If she chooses to have a baby and they want her to have an abortion, they are now financially obligated to support her and that child. And that's it. Now, I've heard the arguments of, well, you know, they don't always, and yes, I understand that there are things like deadbeat dads, but as someone who works in financing, I can tell you this. Deadbeat dads are not only not, like, tolerated or accepted in society, right? You want to deny it, that's perfectly fine. But they're generally hated, have terrible credit, and you can't get any type of exception made for them, because any woman who works in finance looks at a deadbeat dad and crushes any chance that they're able to get financing for themselves. Nobody likes that. So again, you are correct. They could just choose not to pay, but that puts them on the run. And again, it's not exactly like a good lifestyle. I understand that some will choose to do it, but like, be real. They didn't have a choice. I'm sure they would have been more than happy to have an abortion, but they don't get a say. They don't have a choice. Same thing with, like, if they want to keep the child, right? They don't have a say. They don't get a choice. If they see it as murder, if they see it as you murdering their kid, they don't have a say. They don't have a choice. So, like, I mean, I look at it and I just go, like, okay, if that's the case, if that's really where we're at, to me, I say just make it a state issue. Like, it should just be a state issue. I think if you're going to have abortions without restrictions, I think if you're going to simultaneously argue that abortions are a women's rights issue, but also you can't actually define what a woman is, and also biological males are also women now. Look, I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, I really don't care. I'm not trying to be like whole thing. Like, when it comes to like trans people, like, I mean, you put the effort into it. Like, bro, like, why would I like sit there and question it? But you know, that's given. You know, you're someone who's like gone through all of those processes. You know, it's not for people that, you know, just like say, oh, I'm trans because I read on like a Reddit that I like watching gay hentai, and that means that I'm actually a trans person, or some stupid shit like that. I swear to God, the reasons behind this shit, it gets like fucking nuts. Yeah, birthing parents, right? Yeah. Okay, so like again, I saw something funny because someone like put out a post and they were calling them birthing. I don't know if it was birthing person. It was something just like a little bit more nasty. And by nasty I mean like very dehumanizing. But I was like, you're simultaneously like arguing for the human rights of people that you're also dehumanizing by calling them like birthing something. They didn't call them like birthing persons because they didn't even give them like a human term. It was just fucked up. I'm like, okay, so like here's the thing. If men can be pregnant now, men get a say on this. Which I think is exactly why they're jumping back into men cannot be women. Women are women, and women should not have to be subject to the decisions of men or something of that nature. It's actually absurd. Absolutely. But again, I'm more than willing to like talk to people. As a trans medicalist, no, it's not that. It's like, look, there's a time where I understood what it meant when someone was a trans person, and now we're in a time where individuals are being told that they are trans online or through social media, and they're able to, within like days, without receiving any sort of like proper like no proper time with like a therapist or anything, able to receive hormone treatment. That is insane to me. The fact that that's allowed is ridiculous. I think that you're causing like a ton of damage to people. But also this whole like non-binary any gender you want, question your gender as much. Like what are you doing? Like trans people like suffer from gender dysphoria, right? Like it's an actual thing. And like they go through all the efforts to present as a certain thing. It's how they feel. Like I understand like all of those arguments. So that when you show up with the otherkins and the non-binary people, I'm like, okay. We've hit levels of pure fucking absurdity, and I think it's important to like acknowledge it because, well, you may be like well intentioned, well, you may not want to like hurt someone's feelings. I mean, bro, like you gotta like be honest with people because eventually these individuals, years down the line, are going to be suffering from the consequences of the actions they took, and you had every ability to like put a stop to it, and instead you encourage them because I don't know, internet hug points, I guess. Kyle, I self-identify as an Apache attack helicopter. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can. You can identify as anything. I guess the New York Standard is literally just gender affirm. So no matter what you claim as your gender, they just like say, okay, yeah, that's what you are. So if I want to call myself an anime protagonist, I can do that. Like literally, that'll be my. I will legally change my name to Son Goku. And my gender will be anime protagonist. I think that will I think that will work. I just gotta like hit the gym more so people will buy it. Let's say I have like a legal name change, everything totally work. And you can't like. Here's the thing: as an anime protagonist, if I get myself legally classified as my gender, I am pretty sure that means that I win everything. I win every fight. Sun Kroku, yeah. See? Kyle Jordan knows what's up. That's Sen's gender. Sen's a bitch. He can't have any protagonist. I'm gonna steal it from him. Oh man. Oh, hey BP, how you doing? I wish I had seen your DM last time I had you on. That whole that shit with Steve was funny. GG Evan, you identify as tipster? I don't know. I don't know why you would want to identify as walking depression for it. Sorry, I'm having fun just like playing some Pokemon. Check out the twatters. See what's going on. Oh, the James Franco thing. Oh, okay. We can talk about that later. So to my understanding, I don't think I have the stuff pulled up from the. Okay, so there was some stuff that happened when the psychiatrist for Amber Heard's team came up on stage, and this was really funny because okay, this was written down in an area called intimate relationships. James Franco and Elon Musk are both written down over here. And the psychiatrist is like looking at it, and he's like, so why'd you put in intimate relationships, not intimate relationships? He goes, well, I put a line between that one and the other one, so I mean that was good enough. She left like spaces blank on the official test and shit. But more to the point, she basically excused all of Amber Heard's behavior as the actions of somebody who had been victimized, right? And by that I mean, she argued that because Amber Heard was violent with Johnny Depp, that was just reactionary violence to Johnny Depp actually being violent with her. She argued that the abuse that occurred wasn't even mutual, but was 100% all Johnny Depp, and it was all committed against her. I thought the cross was really strong, but there was something that really fucked up that happened on cross. And on so let me go back to playing the game. So we're gonna talk about this. So on cross, this is like really just jacked up, right? They have the psychiatrist who yesterday stated that I saw no evidence of Amber Heard being a domestic abuser, right? Like nothing to indicate that, right? Now this is important because she was arrested in 2009 because she punched her girlfriend at the time. I think it was her girlfriend, not her wife. But yeah, so she did that. Okay, and I'm going. Oh, all right. So this woman's clearly violent, right? So this psychiatrist is up here. Right, she looks like some ambulance chasing, like like some like celebrity leech. Right, I'll say anything that the celebrity wants me to say. Fucking hell. This woman's nuts. So her practice also, in part, is she helps women get off when they're accused of murdering their domestic partner. BP, and what was really funny was. So she got accused of like ignoring evidence, and it seems like she like 100% did. But he points out like, so someone with PTSD, when the indications would be like interference in their normal functioning, and he goes like, so wasn't she acting at like the top of her career? And like the ones like sitting there going like, well, not with like no like she needs multiple, she needs so much help to do that. And like then the attorney is like, well, that's not what I asked you. I asked you if she acted at the top of her career or like something, and she goes, "Oh, I'm not qualified to answer that." And I'm going, "Bitch, you gotta look like terrible to the jury because you've been so." The thing is, when you're answering questions like that and like repeatedly, people know when you're holding back. And I noticed this because again, I have to work with people. when it comes to finances, and you know, and you can tell when someone's like holding information back from you, and even if you can't really pick up on it, like you're not as I don't know if intuitive is the right word, but like you're not like as good as like noticing those sorts of cues and everything. When it's going on for the length that it went on for today, it becomes incredibly obvious, and once you've noticed it, it becomes very frustrating to sit through, because it's like you're looking at it and you're like, this person's lying to me, this person's lying to me, this individual is lying to me, and I think that's all you got with that psychiatrist. Essentially, if a man hits a woman, of course that would make him an abuser. If a woman hits a man, there's probably a likely reason why she hit him. It's not always abuse. In fact, that's essentially her rationale. And one thing I noticed when they were talking about, like, you know, have you ever like represented a domestic abuse victim who's male? And she had mentioned like, oh, same-sex partners, and I'm like, you know, it's funny. She never seems to like confirm that she's worked on any sort of case that involved a man who was being abused by a woman. It seems to be like such a foreign concept to her. Like, men can be abusers and men can be victims, but only if a man is a victim of another man. What do you do? Like, honestly, what do you do? It's pretty clear what this woman is about. I mean, at least I think it is. I mean, it's clear to me. I think it'd be clear to just about anybody. It's nuts. It's absolutely fucking nuts. Sorry guys. I'm trying to evolve. Oh my gosh, finally. I've been waiting for this fucking thing to evolve. And it sucks too, because like it's not even that good of a Pokemon, it's just like the color scheme. Okay, I'm very big with aesthetics. And you gotta understand. The color scheme of this team for the most part works now. Because I added the pink cat. Or something like that. Like, I'll be honest with you. I keep like saving the game, and I can never remember where I left off. And this game is like massive. It's loaded with a bunch of shit. And the problem is, it started off as like an Italian game, and for the most part, like the English patch and everything works out just fine. It's all good. But like, if you get lost, you know, looking up walkthroughs and stuff sucks, because most of the information is online, but it's in Italian. Never thought I would see. Need so much help. It's because they're acting. So I think that the entire thing that happened with the psychiatrist, the biggest thing that sucked was the psychiatrist seemingly opened the door for Amber Heard's prior domestic abuse to come in, and then that was just allowed to just be ignored. But I'm like, this woman told the jury that there was nothing to suggest Amber Heard, and I'm like, goddamn, that's just like really frustrating. Because you're like, you know this bitch is lying, you know she's lying, you know all she is capable of doing is lying. Like, what can you do? What can you do? It gets the judge ruled against bringing it up, and what you can do at that point. I think it's bullshit. I think a lot of people were watching it. I saw like people going like, the judge is biased, the judge has been bought off, and I'm like, I don't think that's it. I think someone was saying like the attorneys didn't actually bring the therapist's statement in, so you can't impeach her because you don't actually have her statement. I'm like, that seems like fucking bullshit, but I mean, at the same time, not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Infinite Nick, Xenoverse? Yeah, Xenoverse. Back. Why did Amber Heard in all the recordings we heard say, "You're such a pussy, stop running her up"? It's claimed that she was terrified of him and frozen out. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about Amber Heard being on the stand today, because, like, my fucking god, was that not just something that just started to really piss me off? This woman is just... I can't imagine sitting there on the jury, and the thing is, I know all this stuff about her now, so it's really hard for me to sit there and go, like, I can't imagine how the jury can... I mean, look, it's their first time hearing about this woman. I mean, that's all that you can really say about it. Before now, Amber Heard's reputation has been not that notable. Unless you're like super in the Hollywood know. I mean, she's probably been in some movies that maybe you recognize her from, but you know, it's not like she's a household name. I mean, she's largely known in many ways for Me Tooing Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp was like a household name. Say what you want about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I didn't like them, but they were extremely popular and they made like a fuck ton of money. I mean, when you go like really far back, that was a franchise that was made out of a fucking theme park, which is nuts if you actually think about it. A whole franchise of movies based around the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. I don't even know if I'm pretty sure they had it at Disney World too. If they didn't, fucked. But it's nuts to me that actually got made into a fucking franchise of films. Speaking of the franchise, though, that was another thing that they were like fighting desperately to get kicked out, was the whole idea of him being him losing the Pirates of the Caribbean 6 role. And I'm going like, you know, you got a team of attorneys there, and they're like, well, if there's no contract, I'm like, bro, like, what are you fucking talking about? He was in five like, this is like one of those things where it's like, you know, let the jury make a decision on this shit. Go tell like your average person, hey, this guy was in 5 fucking films. There was a 6th film that was going to be made, and you know, he was in all the other movies as like a main character in all the other movies, but in this film they decided to just completely do their own thing after his ex-wife accused him of being a domestic abuser. You think, like, I mean, come on, like honestly, what the fuck? Like, honestly, I mean, you know she's the reason why. You know she's the reason why. Everybody knows she is the reason why, except she's gonna go around and tell everybody, no, that's not true. That's not true. It's because of X, Y, and Z. If X, Y, and Z didn't happen, then Johnny Depp wouldn't be known as a domestic abuser. The fact that they're like seriously tried arguing in court that the article had nothing to do with Johnny Depp, is just I like, how do you man, how do you even like, how do you exist when you're that dishonest, when you lie that much? Like, I mean, they're basically John Swan, right? It's basically like just a herd of John Swan, lying nonstop, repeatedly, over and over and over again, just not giving a shit. Just a herd of fucking John Swans. Oh man. Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of sexual assault. Pauses. Does everything that comes with crying. She does not cry. Okay, so this is the other thing. Do I have the photo of it? There was like her. She really tried. She really tried to cry, and it just did not play well. Oh, one thing somebody noted was Amber Heard's new hairstyle, I guess, matches with the psychiatrist that accused her of having was it borderline personality disorder? I hope I got it right this time. And I think so. Like, I wish I had a photo of that psychiatrist so you can see it side by side. I think so though. But yeah, no, she did try her hardest to try to cry. And it just did not work out well. But let's see. Reuters, he slapped me across the face. I didn't know what was going on. I just stared at him. Did Amber Heard, as she testified, that her ex-husband Johnny Depp slapped her when she laughed at the writing on one of his tattoos. Amber Heard took the witness stand for the first time in the defamation suit, filed for her husband, saying it was painful to relive the couple's relationship in the courtroom. There we go. There we go. There's the image. Oh, wait, there's a little drop right there. I think. Or is that just her face? I have to say. But yeah, no, like people have said, they're gonna try to Yellow Flash and Tug were talking about it, and so is Ricada, that they will basically turn around now and go on about, yeah, there you go, like taking the worst photos. Worst photos, I mean, like the best photos for her to make her look like the most sympathetic victim. But it's like, I noticed like there was a moment where she started to kind of like smirk when the psychiatrist was being crossed. And I'm like, yeah, that photo didn't get put up. That photo's not being put up. But the photos of her like, you know, hamming it up for the camera? Nope. While psychiatrist on news testified that Amber Heard allegedly hit Johnny Depp numerous times, an audio recording shows the former couple arguing over a physical fight. Yeah, oh man, this is funny as shit. Actually, there's another moment where the psychiatrist, she's on the stand, and they play the, they play a portion of that video. And I think it's right then, or somewhere right around then, when they turn around and they're like, so is it ever appropriate to like throw a can of mineral waters at someone? Is that reactionary? And he asked her like over and over. And then he goes like, so what about a bottle of vodka? Is it reactionary violence to throw a bottle of vodka at your husband's head because he fell off the wagon? And it's like, God damn, dude. I thought that was great. Yeah, there's obviously question her credibility and everything. I thought that the cross on her was really strong, other than them not being able to bring up her domestic abuse. But like no joke. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. The stuff with Amber Heard though, we'll see what happens. She's going to continue to testify tomorrow. Then they're going to have a week of positive headlines about her. And then she's going to get destroyed when cross-examination comes up. I think the lawyers for Johnny Depp are really talented in terms of how they question people. And I thought the cross, like I said, I thought it was really good. Other than, like, again, that miss was huge, but I don't really know why. And again, the questioning I thought was great. So we'll see what happens though. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out early. I gotta work early in the morning. So I just want to say thank you all for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Like there's way more stuff with the trial, but if you want to know more about it, I know that Tug and them, they're gonna be streaming her testimony tomorrow, and then I'm pretty sure, like I'm like 100% positive, we'll be talking about it on Flashcast on Saturday. So anyways, guys, I'll see you then. I really appreciate you being here tonight. And